What's going on, everybody? It's Car from NY here, back with another video. I got my old man here, about to we're about to talk about pretty much what we find, like our finalized free agency look for the Giants. I've went through all the, we're gonna go over the main guys. We're not gonna go over backups and stuff like that, like backup offensive linemen and stuff. But mostly we're gonna go over what we feel the Giants have to cover this free agency, what the main focus on, and what we feel like the Giants should do this free agency, which guys they should bring in for sure. Finalized deal. So we got a couple names out there. I'm going to let you start off about a couple guys that you have on yours. And you read off a guy, I'll read off a guy. And we're going to tell you guys what we feel fits best for this team. So
Yeah. Hello, everybody. I know I haven't been I'm back. I've been out a little bit doing some important stuff I had to take care of. But I'm back here with my son, Sean, and we got a lot to talk about. As you know, the Giants are making moves. We know that Coach Judge has got his coaching staff all intact. You know, they're all signed and all ready to go. And he's been having his meetings with Dave Gettleman. They're talking their strategy. They got the combine coming up. Then we're going to go into free agency. Then it's going to be the draft. There's a lot of things going to be happening. Some people think this is a dead season. Yeah, Super Bowl's over. You know, you got the new XFL out and stuff. Giants will be looking at guys that coming out of there, but. Let's talk about some of the free agent guys that the Giants could bring in. We know they need help at offensive line. We know they need help on defense. I got a couple guys that I talked with Sean about that would be an interest. And these are some of these guys have connections with Joe Judge, like Kyle Van Noy, and he's still a young guy. He's 28 years old, and I have from the Patriots. He's a free agent. Smart guy. Remember, he was with Detroit, then he was with the Patriots, and I'm quite sure Belichick's going to want him back. But he has a connection with Joe Judge, a smart, intelligent player. He's still young, 28 years old, not a lot of injuries. Also, there's Devin McCourty, and Van Noy's a linebacker, and he would be good in the locker room. There's Devin McCourty, who's a safety. He's a little bit older, 32 going on 33, but maybe they would bring him in for leadership, but we don't really want older guys coming in. But we want really guys between the ages of 20,
to
26 or 27 and under. 20 Van Noy is okay because he hasn't had no injuries. Plus, there's Yannick and Noah. He's 24 years old. We got Jack Conklin, the offensive lineman on the Tennessee, who's a free agent looking for big money. Now, Sean and I have discussed this. He's 6'6". He's 25 years old. He hasn't had a lot of injuries, which is good. But we have our left tackle who we're paying, who's $14, $15 million is going to be salary. And then to bring this guy in, I like him, but the thing is we can't be paying both of them. I'd rather get a young guy in where you don't have to pay him a lot of money and groom him.
Yeah, and I've been looking, I want to get onto this because I've seen a lot of other Giants fans on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, saying that, we need to go get Jack Conklin. We need to make sure we focus on this offside. We need to go get us this and that and this and that free agency. You don't build your team through just picking up guys after guys. If you remember when the Patriots released Nate Solder, and the thing is with the Patriots, they only release guys or they don't bring guys back unless they're great players. If you notice that with the Patriots, the way they run things,
they always do it a year early.
Yeah, they always do it earlier. So when they moved on from Nate Solder, there wasn't a lot of people high on him, but the Giants paid him a lot of money.
They had to overpay.
They had to, and I was all for it. But now that you have Conklin here, now he is a good age, like we talked about. He's 6'6", he's very athletic. I like Jack Conklin. But the problem is he's going to ask for a lot of money, and I'm not paying to my both right and left tackle that much money. Why not go get a guy in the draft where you don't even have to pay him over $2 million? Don't even have to pay him that much, and you can develop him for the next 5 to 10
No,
years.
he'll be there for
Yeah.
If he's
What's-
the
yeah,
person
and
I
then
think he
and,
is.
and same for the
He'll be
center
there for the next
position.
10 years.
And same for the center position. Jalapeno, I didn't like Jalapeno. I was more of a Spencer Pooley guy. But the Giants in the draft, go draft the center. Don't go draft. Get a free agent backup center through free agency, but don't go spit. You don't have to go do that, man.
Well,
Go
Maris said
build
he
your-
wasn't going to do that. John
Yeah.
Maris said he's not going to go
Mm-hmm.
crazy in free agency spending the money. I mean, but we know they're going to have to go out and get some
They are.
defensive help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the thing is, you want to get defensive guys that are like 26 and younger, except for a guy who's like a Calvin Noe who doesn't have a lot of injury history, is still in his prime, and even though he's 28, he's smart, a good locker room guy.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Judge knows him. He's a winner.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Kyle
You know what I
was
mean?
great.
And
He's
there's a
great.
couple other guys I like Byron Jones. Even though I like our cornerback
Mm-hmm.
situation, but I think Byron Jones would help, but he's going to cost a lot of
Absolutely.
money.
Yeah,
you know,
he's
which-
going to be expensive.
That's $12 to
But
$14 million there.
He's worth it. He's worth it.
There's Anthony, and then we got players like safeties like Anthony Harris, who's
Great
the
safety,
Vikings.
which I expect the Vikings to bring back.
Yeah,
but we'll
Corey
see.
Littleton, Rams linebacker, and then Justin Simmons, another safety on the Broncos. These are like main guys that, you know, Byron Jones is still young.
Gotta
We know
go to start.
Clowney's young. We know Yannick and Ngakwe is young. You know, Littleton's young and Justin Simmons is young. These are probably guys all 26.
Yeah, guys that are
and
in
under,
the
you know what I
prime
mean?
part right now.
No, so you know, those are things that I'm quite sure Gettleman with Judge and the personnel department and the scouts and everything, pro scouts, they're all discussing. Some of the
Yeah,
new coaches.
absolutely. I'm gonna go over my free agent guys. I mean, no, all the guys I looked at were defense. I only had the only offense position for free agency I looked at is wide receiver, just in case the Giants want to bring in a guy on a 1 or 2 year deal. I'm not giving a receiver 3 or 4 year deal. I'm not doing it. I'd rather draft a guy. But let me focus on the offense side. So I went receiver only for the offense only. Because the Giants' offense is already explosive.
Yeah, we got a
All
lot-
they
we
have to
got some
fix is the
playmakers.
offensive line and the backup running back. But for the receivers, I had Devin Funches, who fits the offense that Jason Garrett runs. But
kinda
he's
iffy on
only
him, yeah.
but you're only using him for red zone times. You're only using him on vertical routes and stuff like that. You're only using him for that 1 year deal. 1 year deal. Remember that. Only 1 year deal.
But you say him, and I went, but wouldn't you rather just get one of these young
You
guys?
can,
Look how
but
Darius
you
Slayton
can.
develop.
You can draft another guy, but what the Giants really need to focus on is in this draft they need to make sure they get plenty enough defensive guys, because last year Conley was hurt, so their stud line, the guy that was gonna be a stud last year, he was out. Ogletree's always hurt, and then look, they got rid of Tay Davis and B.J. Goodson. They were up to Mayo. That's really all they had left. I mean, and then Ogletree finally came back. So I really want to see the Giants in free agency focus on defense. But for receiver, though, bringing in a Devin Funches for 1 year, if it's reasonable, is fine. But also another guy, DeMarcus Robinson, like you guys saw in my other video, DeMarcus Robinson is a guy that fits Jason Garrett's system. He's not the fastest receiver, but he gets off the ball really quickly. If you guys seen through the film, he really gets off his breaks and his routes. And I like it.
Yeah.
I like he's explosive. So we'll see what they do there. Defense. Like I said, Yannick Ngakoue has been my guy on that D line. I'm not paying Clowney the money. Clowney. I like Clowney, but I'm not paying the money. He's a 50-50 type of guy. He's going to give
he
you
might get
great
paid
plays,
and
and sometimes
Start
he's going to
taking
be
a lot of time, plays off.
Yep. Yeah. I'm not giving him much money. Another guy, Corey Littleton, who I've been high on. I think he fits great in this defense. If you can get him and Conley in that middle spot, that would be great. I'd like to see that. Kyle Van Noy, like he said,
Very
Kyle
high
Van
on
Noy is a
him.
guy I would like to bring in. Good guy. Injury history is clear. So That's another guy I'm looking at. Cornerback position. Giants are going to have to bring in a veteran. They're going to have to bring in guys that
not
have
an
knowledge.
expensive one.
Yeah, unless you want. Well, Byron Jones is going to be expensive side, but you're going to have to bring in a veteran. You can't. We're not doing this crap. They got to bring in guys who can teach the younger guys as well, like Joe Judge did with the coaching staff. So the guys I looked at, Trey Waynes. Trey Waynes is a slot cornerback. Now he's not the greatest cornerback, but he's got speed. And if you're going to play that slot cornerback spot, you need speed. Now, Ballantyne has the speed, but he still needs work. And I like Ballantyne, but right now, being that third cornerback spot is not going to be. It's not going to be a spot. It'll mostly likely be someone the Giants draft or free agency or Grant Haley.
Well,
so
we still don't know because what Judge was saying is it was a coaching thing.
Yeah,
and my main thing that I had with the previous regime with Betcher and all these guys, how come they didn't get the best out of Lorenzo Carter? All right, he's the enigma for all the coaches. They're like, how do we make him a better player? How do we get everything out of him? Remember what Joe Judge says, don't tell me what he can't do, tell me what he can do. Exactly. Show me, that's your job. And that's what this new coaching staff. And the same thing with the young man, Jimenez, you know what I mean?
Jimenez is going to get a lot more
So
time.
we got to, this coaching staff, and I'm very high on this coaching staff. I have a lot of confidence in Judge, the coaching staff, and I'm really excited about it. Yeah. We're going to see them. He's got a lot of teachers in the room.
Yeah.
So
next guy I looked at as well was Byron Jones. Like he said, Byron Jones is a guy, if you guys watch the Cowboys, his side is always quiet when he's out there on defense. He's a pretty good cornerback. He's a good veteran. He's been there with Jerome Henderson for a year. I like what he brings on the field. I would like to see the Giants sign him, and hopefully Jason Garrett can convince him because he is from Connecticut. So
there will be competition for him. The
Houston
Texans. New York Jets have cap space, you know what I mean?
And I don't expect him to sign back.
Buccaneers have cap space.
Yeah, I don't expect him to sign back with the Cowboys because they are going to have to pay Dak a lot of money. They're going to have to pay Amari Cooper a lot of money. That's where all their money is going. They're going to have the most cap room, but once they pay Dak and Amari Cooper, they're not going to have the money. So I think he's going to move on. So we'll see how that goes. Safety position. Devin McCourty has been the guy I like because Devin McCourty, he's from the area. He's got a lot of experience, and he's been a consistent safety throughout his career. He hasn't been bad. I don't remember the last time Devin McCourty was bad, but he's been very good at what he does on the field, especially helping them.
Yeah, he's won some Super Bowls with the Patriots.
So those are the guys I got. There's a couple honorable mentions, though. Like he said with Anthony Harris. I like Anthony Harris. I like to see if they can get him in there. I don't know much about Anthony Harris, but I have seen when the Giants play the Vikings, he does play pretty well. I've seen a couple Vikings games, so he does play pretty good. But I would really want to see if the Giants could get another guy for special teams returner. I want to see what the Giants do. Because if you look at Kansas City, for example, Kansas City on their offense, they got Patrick Mahomes. But if you guys see McCole Hardman was a rookie, same as Darius Slayton. I think he went in the third, fourth round from Georgia. And that guy has got some speed, man. He's got the speed almost like Tyreek Hill. And that guy, when you see him on returns, he's always getting positive yards. I want to see the Giants do that. Last year they had Cody Latimer back there. No one wants to see Cody Latimer. I'm sorry. I'm not putting
Cody
Latimer.
Went down in preseason. We know what happened to Coleman. Coleman got hurt. And, so... that happened in preseason, but the draft is loaded with speed guys at the wide receiver because the Giants are going to be they're going to get a good wide receiver out of this draft. It's a very, very deep wide receiver draft, so they'll be able to find somebody, and then they can find a kick returner if it's a wide receiver, running back, or another DB. But I think Ballantyne will get some more time running back kickoffs. But
yeah,
they will find somebody in the draft, or through free agency. But I think in the draft they'll find some good kick returners and punt returners.
Yeah, because I mean,
look forward to that.
And especially because you got Thomas McGahee and you got Joe Judge.
Right. So
they're gonna make sure the special teams is
special teams.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And over the past couple of years, the Giants' special teams have been really good. You know, the last two years they've been really good compared to how they were in the past. You know, they've been pretty good lately. Also, we know the draft. You know, the combine's coming up. There's going to be a lot going on there.
Like over little less than
free
2
agency,
weeks.
and then there's all this talk about draft positioning going around. I mean, like, who's going to move up? Our team's going to move up even up to second to where the Redskins are. You know what I mean? You know, some of them going after quarterbacks. If it's Justin Herbert, if it's Tua, you know what I mean? So then you got the young man at University of Utah. So there's going to be teams moving up, you know, to see if they can get into those slots, and it's crucial from that third spot where Detroit Lions are, and then you see, you know, where the Giants are at 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody might want to flip flop. The Giants get a couple picks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
But
mean,
you don't
I
want
see
to
it.
move past 7. You know.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Giants, we're going to go more in depth. We're going to have a separate video for this, but we're going to talk briefly about this really quickly. Especially in this draft coming up, the Giants at that 4 spot, there's been rumors, like I said in my last couple videos before, Dave Gettleman, I believe, might move back. And the thing is, they might have a guy that they like already, like they did with Daniel Jones in the Senior Bowl. They might already have that guy circled, and he might not be that top 5 guy that everyone has in their draft. They might move back a couple spots. But if you're going to move back a couple spots, I said the best team to do it with is the Chargers. Because the Chargers are looking for a quarterback, and they're going to get really desperate when they see the quarterbacks going fast. Like, once they see Tua gone, because he's going to be the second guy, they're going to be looking at teams like, hey, you know.
Well, he'll probably be. I expect Joe. We expect Joe Burrow, right, to be the number 1 quarterback.
Because Tua, because this is the thing, Miami's going to trade up somehow. It's going to be the 3, 2, 3, or 4 spot. Maybe the Giants are one of those teams. Now, if you're the Giants, if Miami wants to trade for you, asking for them first rounds, you're asking for 2 first rounds. You're asking for
I don't
the
know
one that they're giving you to trade with, and then you're asking for the later one, the first, because they have 3 first round picks this year. So you have to be aggressive with these teams when
at
they
least
trade.
one. If you can get a first and maybe a third out of there, you know, because you got to make up for the mistake that Dave Gettleman did with this Leonard Williams deal. You know he did that. And speaking of that, the Giants cannot spend a lot of money.
They're not. If they sign him, I'd be very disappointed.
It has to be a really affordable contract. I'm not giving him like
15 million he's asking.
No,
that's
way.
that's
Absolutely
crazy.
No. So this is where Gettleman messed up, because that was a third pick, or 3rd round pick. Supposedly, we're getting that compensatory pick for our free safety that we had, our free safety from last year, the last couple of years. Our free safety that went to the Redskins.
Oh, Landon Collins. Well, yeah, he's strong.
Excuse me, folks.
Yeah,
Landon Collins. My apologies. So that will be our compensatory pick, from the Landon Collins going as a free agent and stuff, over to the Washington Redskins. So we'll be able to get that pick, and picks are very precious, and very valuable, and we hate to waste them. I mean, especially with the Leonard Williams deal. So we got a lot going on. Please just stay tuned to us. We got a lot of information coming out to you. We hope you stick with us, like our page, even share our videos, talk to other Giants fans about them, because it's going to be a great season for us. We're going to have a really good draft. I expect them to pick up some really good players through free agency. I'm excited about this coaching staff. It's a really, really, really good coaching staff. It's got a lot of teachers. It's got a lot of experience on there. And we're not going to have any more of these 4-12 seasons. We're going to start having those 11-5, 12-4s, 13-3s, because I feel very confident in the quarterback we have. I feel very confident in the running back we have, and we got some weapons on offense. And then this coaching staff is going to build that defense up to a championship team.
Yeah, like you said, the Giants, this whole process has been like a 4-year type of thing. It's been like a 4-year plan. They first started off with getting Dave Gettleman here. When Shermer was here, it didn't work out. But I feel like once Saquon Barkley was drafted, that's when the process really started for the Giants, because they had their running back. The next year you get Daniel Jones. Now, this year, you got a whole new, and you got I'm not going to say, but you got great coaches in there helping these guys. And that's going to be this third year. That's going to be the third year is where you build up, you get there, you're working to get to the playoffs. You either get there or you're just close to getting there. The next year, your fourth year, that's where you go all out, man.
Well,
and this year, they have the chance, but it's going to be
right?
competitive this year.
Yeah, because the NFL is built for parity, where everyone's like 8-8. You know what I mean? So, but you can turn around. Look, 49ers, they was 4-12. What they got? 13-3, 14-2, and then they was in the Super Bowl. So it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way the NFL is built. It's built for parity, and it's built for you to turn your team around right away. Mm-hmm. Draft well, do a good job with free agency. Make sure you hire the right coaches, and you'll be in good shape.
So that's going to do it all for us Giants fans. I'll make sure we have another video out tomorrow and the next day. Talking about tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the draft grades for the rookies, because I didn't really get in depth about every rookie that the Giants drafted or got through free agency. So I want to go more in depth over that to discuss how these guys are going to have an impact on next year in this 2020-2021 season. So you guys stay tuned. I'll have videos out tomorrow. I promise that. And please like and subscribe.
Like our page, subscribe.
Like I said, we're going to have gear out pretty soon, probably in the next month or two. Just working on some things, so we'll get to you guys very soon, and go Giants.
Go Giants.